So the moment we have all been waiting for.
What's that?
People been wanting to see these freak off tapes in the Diddy trial. Well, did not happen because only the jurors got to see
You
the
a
tapes.
clown. You a clown.
Only the jurors got to see the tapes. Now, if y'all remember, because we've been talking about this for weeks in here, I told y'all in the beginning of this trial, when it first started, they made a rule in court that said when things like this, like the tapes, or even remember when I talked about the screenshots, the photos from the tapes, we were not able to see them. Even the attorney gallery was not able to see them.
Prosecution showing it, right?
Yes, this is the prosecution is still presenting their case, but they're doing this because they want to make sure that nothing leaks out of court. Nothing like it's just very sensitive stuff. But so yesterday,
I'll let you go. Go ahead. And then I'll ask.
So yesterday, the jury got to see some of the freak off tapes, and the way that they did it is they shut down all the monitors in the court. They give the jury headphones, and everybody just sitting there while they're listening to it. So there were some reports that. And some of my friends that were in like the main courtroom area said to me that you could hear kind of like, you know how someone's listening to something in headphones and it's like loud? You could hear little things like little moans here and there.
Like that.
But I don't know how in detail that hearing was. And you don't really know what you're hearing because you can't hear. First of all, the way that you're seated in court versus where the jury is, it's not like you're next to them. So you could be hearing something and you don't know, like you don't know what you're hearing.
So they didn't have a little screen in front of them to watch it. They just had to listen.
The jury got a screen. They could also watch it. So there's men and women on the jury pool. A lot of people were asking questions about how did the jury look while they were watching it because it was played in small like doses. So they played 3 freak off videos. They played like 11 to 12 minutes of each video with the headphones on so that they could listen to the audio. But I mean, they're watching it. There was a report from TMZ, and they do have, shout out to Jacob Wasserman, they do have a reporter in the court as well, too. And their reporter said that there was a giggle. I was not told about a giggle, but they reported there was one juror that giggled during it, but that people were just watching it. And
did they need a break after? Like, did the jurors be like, I need a bathroom break after?
No, they
they were adults. They were adults on that tape.
This man is crazy.
It's the truth. They were adults on the tape.
Yes.
And nobody was forced. It was consensual.
Yeah, very much so. But the clips are 11 to 12 minutes, but they're only watching about like 30 seconds of each one, right? So it's not like they're sitting there watching a whole.
Well, for sure. I mean, because they went on for days apparently. So exactly. I know we wouldn't be able to see a whole one.
Yeah, but it was enough to have impact. So I was also told that. Well, first of all, I think that is just really smart. And I talked about this on the podcast, the latest with Loren and LoRosa in detail. So make sure you guys go take a listen to today's episode. I thought that it was really smart that the prosecution waited to play the tapes now because you know that the prosecution is going to be ending their case by Friday, right? So we days out from the prosecution saying, yo, we good, we did enough.
But my question to you is, right?
Yes.
If the freak-offs were consensual, right? And hearing all these testimonies, we're hearing that it was consensual.
How are they able to use them, right?
Yeah, how are they able to use them? Because they're watching, it's like watching porn. They're watching consensual people have sex.
Yep.
It's not like they're saying that, Diddy tied somebody up or he forced somebody on these tapes or he beat somebody on these tapes.
It's basically like celebrity porn. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, because you have to think about all the testimony that you've heard up until this, right? Up until this point. Like, even though Diddy's team is alleging that is consensual, you've heard from multiple women. You've heard from...
That said it was consensual.
Well, Cassie said that she did it, but she alleges she did it because she was under the coercion or the force of something that made her not, like, she was being blackmailed. There was different things that she alleges happened that made her do all these things. So technically, I don't know how you argue consent around that, but she's saying, okay, it might come off or be said as if this was consensual, but you got to think about all the things that were up against me.
But that can't be proven in that tape because she also said that she set some of those freak-offs up.
Yes, but think about it, right? Like, so even in the courtroom, it's quiet as a mouse. You can literally, like, it's so quiet because everybody's trying to hear something. You hear little noises coming from the audio, and you're actually now getting to, you're just putting color to everything that you've heard.
They
didn't
need to show them freak-offs.
Like, I mean, the only reason why I think
that
it
was consensual, nothing was against the law. He's not being accused for beating anybody up on the freak off. They just did that to embarrass him. They just wanted to show Diddy's penis and Diddy's ass and everybody else's penis and ass.
The only reason I disagree with that is because when you're in that courtroom and you're seeing these women on the stand crying, saying, "Yo, my life would have been over if I said no. I wouldn't have had a place to live." All these allegations, I would have. When it comes to Cassie, we saw the physical violence that she endured, where she said because of that physical violence, she had no way out. That's what she alleges, right? And then you see,
out. That's a good one.
And then you see what I did there, and then you see the actual here's exactly what she was made to do. So you've got all of the why, and then here's the what, and you put it together, and then boom, you have a case.
But if he's not on the tape standing over and saying, "Do this," or what are you seeing? But you're just seeing consensual sex. So they said most of the time Diddy was in the corner masturbating.
Well, listen, what I will argue
you just want to see the tape.
I don't want to see that.
No.
I ain't see it.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just curious.
I will say, please take a listen to the podcast, The Latest with Loren LoRosa, because I get into this conversation because not everything was presented by the government or by the prosecution the way that you wanted. What you're saying, Envy.
I'm just asking.
But I do believe that there is something there, and that's why they show these tapes. Okay. Now, before we get out of here, I have an exclusive that I want to bring, worldwide exclusive. So we have a Clipse joint. Their new album is coming out. Let God Sort Them Out on July 11th. So we have a worldwide exclusive. This is a new song off of the album. It's called So Be It that we're going to play.
You went to that listening session last night.
I went to the listening session last night.
Where was it at? I mean, what's up?
It was at the Rock Nation offices. Super intimate. Okay. It was about a handful of us in there just listening with Pusha T and Malice and talking through some of the records and just their feeling. And when I tell y'all, I have never been so inspired by music. I left and I was like, man.
So you like the music? You like the music?
I love the music. Okay. I love the full body of work. It's like it's like it starts you one place and it takes you along a ride and then it ends you another place. We did get to hear the Kendrick Lamar verse.
Did you hear the Jay-Z verse?
I don't know nothing about no Jay-Z verse, but I heard the Kendrick Lamar verse.
Okay.
I just just seeing them together, because it's been 15 years,
Who
right?
else is on the album?
I don't know who else is on the album.
I know she's trying to get all sentimental. Like,
I know we got So Be It. We gonna play that. I don't know who else is on the album.
Yo, they got Vado on the album?
Who?
Vado.
I don't know about no Vado on
the album. All right. I didn't know. Right.
So how'd you get this record? Because I called them for a record and they said no. So how did you get this record?
How did you used to get the records?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
I would take them.
Okay,
you ain't no DJ.
I'm not a DJ, but we got that record, don't we?
Period. Reach out.
Envy mad, Envy salty.
That is Loren with the latest.
All right, free.
Her utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it, but I got the video I can share and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.